Again, I'm Méganne. I just wanted to start. First off, there's this awesome hotel in, where is it? Is it in Saudi Arabia? Or is it in UAE? Let's see. But I thought it was fascinating. And when you get a look at it, you'll definitely understand what I'm talking about, all right? So let's get to it. It's at the Poseidons, right? So this is a really awesome TikTok that I saw and I thought it was really cool. Let's share the screen and then you'll all get to see it at the same time. So, yes.
I want you to pay attention because this video accidentally captures something kind of rare and cool in the background. So this is a tour of, I guess it's a really expensive hotel in Dubai. And this room is entirely underwater, I guess. And they're going to show you here, but the walls, the exterior walls are just glass. And then outside it is just exotic fish. So of course, that's the bedroom. And they'll get a close-up of the main fish wall here. It's pretty cool. So then look, in the next room is the bathroom and the bathtub. And right there, you see that? Those are perverts.
I agree. Why are the fish gathered specifically in the bathroom? If you noticed, we can go back to it. If you noticed, oh, it's gone. Actually, so we can't go back to it. Oh, I've let it go. But if you notice, they were all gathered right at the bathroom part. So you should just go back and see what I'm talking about. The bathtub, the bathroom, all of that is in that area. And they were all congregated right there waiting for a show. What is that about? The living room, empty. The loo, completely surrounded by fish. So now this is what it tells me. Obviously, they know that that's the best show that there is in the house, because if it was the best show in the living room, wouldn't they be in the living room? No, they're in the bathroom. So I think we really underestimate fish. I really do. Like we talk about dolphins, we talk about mammals, but fish, actual fish, we underestimate their curiosity. We underestimate the fact that they love humans, and we underestimate the fact that they could be pervs. We really have. And that's a shame, because this demonstrates perfectly my point. All right, so we're going to go straight to, look, it's in all our lives. Everyone's going through it. Not just me, not just you, but everybody is experiencing this situation, right? Okay. We can't get away from it. We really can't get away with this, away from the whole Scandoval scandal situation, can we? No, we can't. So why try? That's all I'm saying. What's the point of trying to get away from it? But to give you a little taste of who we're talking about, the scandal is between Sandoval, this is from Vanderpump Rules, Sandoval, Maddox, and Levis. So Sandoval cheated on Maddox with Levis, and they were all really close, 3 friends. And then we've got Scheana, got her name. She's been married a couple of times. And we've got Scheana, who's devastated. But I really want you all to get to look at the person that is creating all this scandal. All right? I want you to get a really good look at this man. I really do. Okay? So So let's start Scandoval with a nice little performance from him. So you can just sort of get an idea of who this person is, right? Because I don't think a lot of you really know, you really get it. This is the man.
I went to a Tom Sandoval, the most extra show, so you don't have to. We drove 20 minutes to a bar outside of Pittsburgh, which, no hate, it was a cool venue. It was like a bar and grill situation with outside seating and then the stage. The show was supposed to start at 8, Tom came on at 8:45. He, of course, did Stacey's mom, TS version, like a Tom Sandoval version, or Tom Ford's version. We got some Vanderpump lyric swaps along with the notorious Raquel.
Okay, let's look at without music. Look at his face. Look at his little dancing. He's really feeling himself. I just want you to guys really get a sense of Sandoval. We don't really see. Look. He's really into himself. This is his background thing. Apparently she's really, really good. So I'm not going to say nothing bad about it. But look, he's so talented. And then he gets into the crowd, right? And he lets them touch him. And this is the husband of the woman that was recording this. Yeah. Look at this man. Look. He's really into himself. As the person pointed out who made this video, yes, his body's nice. But like, seriously? Are we going mad over this man? Why? And then he lays on the ground. And then he talks. Yeah, that's the man. That's the man that's causing all the havoc. Yeah. A lot of self-reflecting. But I just want to say thank you to all of you guys that have supported me through this tough time. Oh, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. Yeah, I blame you people. I really, really blame you people for all of this. Let's watch it again. Just to look the robot part. See, I blame you people for that. I blame you people for that. And let me tell you something. But I've watched others who one might think they shouldn't be on stage. You know what I used to think that way about? Corey Feldman. But when I saw him, I said, you know what? He's really good. I'm not getting that same feeling right over here. Not at all. Corey Feldman can actually sing. He's gotten really good over the years. It's been like 5 years since you've actually heard him. He's actually gotten really good. And his stage presence is amazing. You're like, what? And he's not doing all this crazy, creepy stuff that he used to do. It's like he's just reinvented himself. He's really good. This man, the Sandoval guy, there's room for improvement. I'm going to stay positive. There's room for improvement. So I just wanted you guys to get a little taste of that before we get into the controversy, right? So here's the little ditty that we've not talked about. Because it's been censored. So this is the part that's been seen in Australia. Lots of people have not seen this in the United States of America, unless you're on TikTok, right? So I'm going to give you a little look at what that looks like. Because let me tell you, it's definitely good. So we're going to take a moment. I'm going to hear the sound first. I want to make sure it's playing. So there you go. It's a good thing I said let's hear the sound first. All right. Okay.
The thing is, I don't want to upset my relationship with Scheana. But I want to tell the truth, okay? Look, the truth. When Scheana called Ariane on the phone, right? On speakerphone, she took Raquel's phone and was walking. Like eventually, like hung up with the call stuff. Well, Scheana said, I'm on Raquel's phone right now. I'm gonna throw it and call you first. Yeah. That's what she said. Yeah. This was after you were on the phone.
I'm just going to show you a little bit. We don't want to get a strike.
Yes, and she said, I pushed her.
No, she goes.
She never said punch.
So I just punched that bitch in the face.
No, she did not say that.
100%.
No, I think
I'll take
I-
a 100%. I'm thinking to myself.
Okay, so here's the controversy. Scheana, right, got a restraining order from Raquel because she said she was physically attacked by Scheana, right? Scheana claims that it was simply a push. Now, Tom Sandoval is saying, no, I distinctly remember you saying that you punched her in the face. So mind you, because of the restraining order that Raquel got on Scheana, they cannot be in the same room together when Raquel gets to the same space as Andiko. All right? So he's saying, she said, see right here, I just punched that bitch in the face. He's willing to take a polygraph test. You know why he has to say that? Because he's a liar. But there's something about Scheana's reaction that brings into question punch versus shove. Just saying, punch versus pushed. There's something about a reaction. Let's carry on. Hopefully we don't get a strike because it's really on TikTok and it's through television and all that, you know what I'm saying? But let's see.
I talked to Scheana on the phone and not once did she mention that she punched Raquel. Not a once. And I watched it or your tongue because you.
I was on the phone with her. She didn't hear that. I absolutely did not say that. It did not happen. You're a liar. But I was there. She did not hear that. She says it was a speakerphone. I'm just saying, I love her in the sense that her role in this thing, she's genuinely hurt, right? It's not like Katie, who's like smirky, I told you so, blah, blah, blah. Not to say that she's not hurt, but she's more of the smirky, I told you so. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But check this out. Maybe this is the person that's recording that's coughing. She says, okay, now keep your mouth shut. Why are you saying keep your mouth shut? Why aren't you rebutting? Why isn't you rebut? Why aren't you simply saying, I did not do that, or I did not say that, or I didn't know? No, did not say that is one thing, but did not do that nor say that would be definitive. She's not saying any of that.
Scheana, you and Raquel were really close until the truth came out about the affair. You were on Watch It Happen Drive together the night that you found out. You were seeing really buddy that night to me. Do you think the two of you will ever be friends again?
Never.
And I watch what Raquel says. Like this goes. Oh, Raquel.
Tom Sandoval said that you knew something was going on between them. Is that true?
I was suspicious based on everything that Lala had told me and things that Katie had seen. I started suspecting stuff, absolutely.
Did
But
you
not
tell
until recently.
Ariana about your suspicion?
I sat down and had lunch with her and we discussed it, and she said she absolutely did not think there was any truth to it whatsoever, and that neither would ever do that to her.
See how certain she was? Because she was so trusting of her boyfriend, fiance, whatever he was, and her friend. Like they were besties. They were so close. And so she was like, absolutely not. She debunked anybody. Katie said something. They always tried to say something and she said, no, absolutely not. I don't believe it. That it's impossible. Yeah, in the midst of all her grief, right? Remember, she lost her dog. She lost her grandmother. And even in the midst of all that, she was like, no. Why? Because why would you believe that somebody that you trust implicitly would do something like that, right?
And I said, okay. She really did come to me in a very respectful way about it, and I really, really appreciated that. And I know that Scheana would not do that lightly, given that she really cared about the two of them as well.
Scheana, you heard Sandoval was telling like how he and Ariana had a relationship at Coachella last April. Is that right?
Yes. Apparently in April, she told this person that at Coachella.
Ariana, through the years, do you hide any issues with you and Tom were having from your friends or the public or the cameras?
No.
You weren't.
No.
You feel that the relationship that you portrayed on the show is emblematic of what was going on?
Yeah, I always would tell them what.
It feels like she was always really honest. It's one of those things that you appreciated about her. But she always felt that the Toms were sneaky. You always got that feeling that they were sneaky. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give you a look at what that looks like. So we're going to finish with that. But the sneakiness, I really want you guys to take a look at what that looks like.
Agree with what you were saying in the beginning, and I feel like you did the same thing with me. At the same time, I was fucking ride or die for that guy. So,
You disagree. You feel like you were hiding a lot.
Yes, I feel like we definitely hit a lot of our issues. I think there was.
why would you do that? You're pulling the video.
Okay, Lisa, big one.
Oh, you're exactly right.
Well, you say tomorrow.
No, you're exactly right. And that's one of the reasons, like when I was bringing this up, it had felt like it had been years.
Lies.
Not talking about
Lies.
issues that we had in our relationship. It felt like we would have things going on. We'd literally be arguing.
Okay. All right. So this man was basically saying, I mean, let's be honest, you're the one lying about the relationship. So no, she wasn't, but you were lying about the relationship. So whatever issues you had, you weren't honest about it. You didn't tell her that you weren't happy, that things were going on. He says he did. He said he tried to break up with her and she said no. Because in her mind, I don't remember if she like said that, yeah, that's true, that's what she did do. That's what he did try to do. And then she said no, but I think she thought, you know what, I think you don't realize that things are going to pass. He didn't say I'm falling in love with somebody else, I'm having an affair with somebody else. So of course she's going to say, well, no, we're just going through something right now, and there's something is that I'm mourning. She doesn't think there's a problem in the relationship. She did say there was intimacy issues, and that she was very honest about that throughout the season. If there were intimacy issues, she talked about that. So she was honest about that. But I think it stemmed from the fact that she was mourning. And I'm wondering also if it was because of that thing that we've been talking about, that he's a little, I don't know, odoriferous. It's not a word. But that he emanates something, apparently. I heard that. I don't know if it's true, but it's definitely something that I heard. But when I was telling you about the whole thing where the Tom-Toms are secretive and sneaky, let me give you an example of that. Yes. So this is another one. is a TikTok from reality ops. So let's play that one. I think, oof, that's fascinating, yeah? Because at the end of the day, check this out.
The restraining order.
Okay, watch the scene and then wait to see what happens, what Sandoval says to Schwartz before Schwartz pulls out the bottle.
Filed against Scheana. Scheana is now over 100 yards away in her trailer. Ariana, I know you have not seen Raquel since you found out about the affair. How are you feeling about this?
Not great.
Tom, how are you feeling about this?
I don't know.
Well, let's bring her out.
See? On cue, Tom says green light, and then the other Tom takes out a bottle of pills. On cue. Check this out.
He says to him, green light, green light. He says a code to him for some reason when Raquel is coming out. I think a code like, remember our plan, we're using the green light plan. Green light, and then Schwartz gets extremely nervous, pulls out his bottle. The whole episode, part 1, but especially part 2, you notice Schwartz is beyond nervous. He's typically nervous. He doesn't like confrontation, but this is a whole nother level of nerves. If you watch the promo video that I posted right before this, you'll see
All right.
a revelation going on. Remember the.
Thank you.
Tell people it's none of your business. It's my medication.
It's like Lorazepam. I don't usually take it, but I was like,
It's not me you're taking, Sarah.
what's up?
Stop it. Stop it.
That's Schwartz's medication.
What do you mean? He's trying it.
Stop. I'll take it every day. Once a month.
Why are you taking now?
I'm nervous.
That's the distraction that he's creating. So Tom was like, you know what? I don't want all this heat on me. So create a distraction. When I say green light, make it seem like, oh, you're all, nervous or whatever for no reason. Like, why would you be nervous? What, are we supposed to now think that maybe you slept with her as well? Like, are you going to be scared to see her as well? Like, that's weird. It's all a distraction. I'm telling you, Tom has devised a plan for the reunions and how he was going to handle it. And this was one of them. And figuring out the timeline and what Raquel was supposed to say was another. My opinion. Notice the Scheana's not there. Restraining order. You noticed in the beginning. So she doesn't even look up at her. I would have looked at her.
Thank you.
Like, I would have looked.
Let me know what you guys think.
I would have looked through her. Would have looked through her. Did you see that? Did you see that? See how sneaky they are? Yeah, green light. And then he pulls out a bottle of Thanx. Why? Why are you pulling out at that very moment? So to create some sort of distraction so that the cameras aren't fixed on him to see how he reacts to Raquel, so we can all be fixed on Tom and his whole nervousness and blah, blah, blah. It was a distraction. That's all it was. I don't know how many times I can repeat it. It was a distraction. Somebody's like on the Trump playbook. Somebody's on the Trump playbook. I'm telling you, somebody has observed Trump and the art of distraction, and then they're using it. That's absolutely what I think. All right. So now, this is interesting. This is an octopus. And I thought, and he seems to be exhibiting signs of PTSD. Check this out. Seriously. This is actually really sad because I want you to see this, and then I want to talk about how I feel about them and why I feel the way that I feel about them. Check this out.
This is an octopus named Costello, who was rescued by researchers at Rockefeller University in New York. He actually suffered a very violent attack in the wild before he was rescued, and he lost 2 of his arms in that attack. He was placed into this tank where he was very comfortable, he was fed daily, and he was monitored 24/7 with multiple cameras to monitor his behavior. The crazy part, on multiple occasions, the octopus woke up very violently in a defensive posture like he was having a nightmare. He actually looked like he was in pain. He even inked in the tank multiple times from the nightmare. The scientists speculated that he might be actually responding to memories of the attack.
Look, he's inking, he's inking, he's
He was
inking.
having a nightmare about the actual attack that took 2 of his arms. They cited a study that says after an octopus loses arms or loses limbs, it results in long-term neural and behavioral hypersensitivity, which means their nerves are in a very aware state and they're super sensitive. And so is their behavior. And that could explain why he woke up trying to get away from a predator and trying to defend himself.
And he's by
These
himself.
nightmares happened 4 times and lasted a couple of minutes each, but then he resumed absolutely normal activity right after.
Dude, that's... And I will say something. I once went on vacation and here I am. I got a boat to go on a private island, on the private side of the island, actually on the beach, private beach. And the person that brought me there, he decided he was going to catch an octopus for his dinner that night. And I was like, you're gonna what? And you know, I get it. You're thinking, but Méganne, you eat beef. An octopus is so much smarter. I could not eat, and he cooked it on the fire, and then he tried to give me a piece, and I said, oh no, because I've had them tentacles on my hand. I've had them. I have. The suction is quite amazing, and they're so smart. They're ridiculously smart. And so no, I cannot. I've not been able to. Well, I may have a cow or 2, but an octopus, no. I cannot. And so I wanted you guys to see that. Now, here's another video here that I wanted to talk about. Now, a lot of you are tagging your dogs in a manner that is not going to ensure that you will get your dog back if something were to happen to your dog. Here's an ingenious way of doing it so that you can ensure that you can get your dog back. I thought that was really clever. So let's share that with you guys. Again, everything's going to be in the description box, you know, all the TikToks.
When Mason was a puppy, I was updating his dog tag at the local pet store. Got the paper and I put his name and I put my phone number and I handed it in. And the guy at the pet store went, And I said, oh, did I do something wrong? And he said, well, the thing about your dog is if somebody found him, they might want to keep him. And I thought, of course, because of his amazing personality. That's what I thought. I actually said, oh, thank you. I don't think that would happen, though. Like, what kind of monster would keep somebody else's pet? That's crazy. He said, no, it's because your dog looks expensive. People might see him and think that it's more worth it to sell him and make money off of him than to return him to you. So what you...
Did you hear that? Because he looks expensive. Yeah. So you understand. People are not stealing dogs because they're like, oh, he's so cute, I want him for myself. Maybe, but no. More likely than not, especially the little Frenchies. The little Frenchies are getting really, really, really taken. Yeah, they're expensive And therefore, all they're thinking about is the resale value, not even the resale. They sell it as if it's never been sold before.
Need to do is put needs meds or reward or something on his dog tag that will motivate the finder to return him to you as quickly as possible. And I was like, challenge accepted. I don't think he knew that I was going to go so hard on the dog tag, but this is what it says now. Need the meds or he'll shit everywhere. If that does not convince strangers to take you back to me or to the local veterinarian as soon as possible, I do not know what will.
Perfect. So, moral of the story, you want your dog back. Put in the tag that it needs meds. It will poop all over the place if it does not have its meds. Or a reward. That's another incentive. I know for a fact that one of the reasons that Lady Gaga got her Frenchies back was because she offered a reward and the person brought them back and asked for the reward. Unfortunately, the person that had been walking the dogs was traumatized because he got shot, right? So at the end of the day, there was a casualty in a sense, because I heard that he no longer is capable of doing that sort of job, and he's been pretty much traumatized by the whole experience. I would expect so. But at the end of the day, definitely make sure you're tagging your dogs so that, not your dog, but the actual color and all of that, to make sure that you will have a better chance of retrieving it. If it were one to get lost or stolen, especially stolen. Nobody wants to steal a dog that they'd have to get medication for, and that the dog would like poop everywhere if it didn't have his medication. I think that's clever, right? So I'm Méganne, and thank you so much. This was good. Hopefully everything works out in terms of the video. We can see all of that. And thank you again. This is fair use. I've retrieved it all from TikTok, and these people have recorded from their television sets, and therefore, it wasn't from actual network. Absolutely. So fair use. I do not own any of this stuff, but wanted to share and wanted to commentate on all of that stuff. All right. So enjoy your weekend and have a pleasant evening.